All right, let's begin. So welcome everyone. We will go through the live studio talk show. And today's agenda is that we're going to brief a little bit about the do and don'ts to prepare a successful session at the World Water Week. We will go through some general information as speaker registration and the room setup and take. And then I will open the floor for any other questions regarding the live studio talk show. So please do register your speakers and yourself and edit your session details on the digital platform via the link you received as soon as possible. Think about your session as the start of the impact journey and also connect your sessions to this year's World Water Week theme on innovation. And also make sure that your session fulfills the gold standard, meaning that 40% should be female speakers and one youth speaker to really fulfill the inclusion of all different perspectives. Also review the checklist and other convener training available on the Convenor Success Program. And lastly, promote your session widely with the World Water Week social media promo kit from the Convenor Success Program. If you have any specific questions, please email me at adina.israelsson@cv.org. Or for more general questions, please add your questions in the chat and we will answer it as soon as possible. Please don't wait until the last minute to register your speakers and update your session's details to the last minute. It's very crucial to have a well-prepared host to understand the content and to rehearse your sessions to get most out of your talk show. And it will not be possible to have any visuals, PowerPoints, or remote speakers. Your live studio talk show is a conversation where the host will interview the speakers to discuss your proposal. And please don't wait the last minute to send us the run sheet. We will need it by the end of this week, so I can send it off to the studio as soon as possible. Some general information regarding speakers registration. All participants at the World Water Week must be registered and attend to the conference. Online participants must register on our website to be able to join the talk show. And also note that the registration is separate from the convener's session fee. And if needed, please book an interpretation service on the CSP latest by the end of this week. And what we require for the team that you will have during your talk show is a maximum of 2 to 3 speakers, one host either provided by CV or your own organization. The live studio talk shows are best for short introductions or discussions to concept and topics for a public reach. And the format is an interview style with one host where you discuss your proposal with your speakers. And the length of the talk show is 20 minutes preparation, the 20 minutes content on the hour, and then 20 minutes networking, where you can get to know your audience or clarify your discussions as it was. If you would like to book an interpretation service, please do so on the CSP. The interpretation can be booked for 20 minutes, the 20 minutes that are live streamed. And please make sure that the speakers that need interpretation have their headphones and phones with them to listen to the interpretation. If you're using the World Water Week host, the language spoken must be English. So for further information regarding interpretation, please email us at the worldwaterweek@cv.org and we will answer all your questions regarding that. And the deadline to book interpretation is this week. So latest by Friday, we would need your booking. So to the live studio talk show room setup, we will be in room 27, which is in the second floor and has a capacity of 65 people. There will be a small stage and a mixed seating, and we will also have a small studio which will help us giving the mics before and the camera angle and so on. And some tips is to wear appropriated clothes when you're on stage. Please don't wear any black and white small patterns. Keep your postures and speak clearly. And also have a conversation with the studio before showtime, which camera and which angle you should look in, so you will have the recording as good as possible. This is an example from last year's talk show, and we will have quite similar setup this year as well. And this is 3 things to keep in mind before the week starts, and that is be on time. You have the 20 minutes preparation with your speakers, studio, host, and makeup. And just to clarify, this is the 20 minutes before your scheduled time. And keep your time, the 20 minutes conversation interview with your host or CV host. We only have the content for 20 minutes, so please make the best of it, prepare, and it's crucial to have a well-prepared host for this. And then use your time. This 20 minutes Q&A is a network mingle rather than a Q&A. It's an opportunity for you to connect and network with people from all over the world and to ask questions or establish networks or relationships with your audience or collaboration partners. And lastly is to remote your talk show if you haven't done that before. Please promote your talk show and the 3 speakers. The more promotion, the more of an audience you will receive. Share the World Water Week program on all your social medias, channels, and community. And describe your talk show content in a manner that everyone can understand easily and instantly, because we only have 20 minutes on us to catch our audience. And to have a catchy title would attract your audience in the World Water Week program when we're having so much different formats and topics. And you can also see your talk show as to broaden your audience with people who may be less familiar with water topics. So this is really an opportunity to you to broaden and gain connection with different audience, both online and on-site, and a different level of expertise. And lastly, please spread the word that it's free online participation and gain your online audience worldwide. So I will open the floor now for any questions, where my colleague Victoria would read out the most relevant ones.
Yes, thank you. We have a question from Ricardo. He says that the 20 minutes networking is new to him. Does that mean that they have 1 full hour?
Yeah, so I hope I can clarify this. You will have 20 minutes with the preparation, and there is where you will get all the speakers in the room. You will get the makeup. You will talk to your host and to the studio if it's anything you need to clarify. After these 20 minutes, you have a 20 minutes content. This is where we go live streamed. So this is your interview with your host. And then the 20 minutes after the content, after your talk show, it's just, I just gave you some time for you to connect to your audience, to stay in the room, to clarify things, to bring up question if needed, and basically just have a network opportunity. Last year we didn't have that, and the people needed to go out of the room very quickly when they finished the talk show. But this year we decided to have this 20 minutes of a network opportunity for you.
Thank you. He also asked, does interpretation come with an extra cost?
Yes, you can find all relevant information regarding the interpretation on our CSP that one of my colleagues would add in the chat. And then you can find all the different costs for whatever request you are wishing to have.
We also have a question asking whether people who will be watching through Vimeo, will they be able to submit questions?
Yeah, so you will be able to have a chat in the digital platform. They will only, the 20 minutes of content is the only part of your talk show that will be broadcast live online. The mingle would not be, that's only required for the people in the room. So they will be able to participate in the chat, but you will need somebody online to answer that during your talk show.
Perfect. Ivan asked if can online audience ask questions or only listen, which I guess you just covered, yes.
Yeah.
There's also a question about will the speakers remain on stage during the 20-minute question and answer, or will they mix up with the audience?
That's really up to you how you would like to structure that 20 minutes. Last year, it was some people stayed on the stage and people asked questions or asked for clarifications while speaker was still on the stage, and some went down to the audience and just had a conversation and a network with them. So this is really up to you how you would like to structure it. But just to clarify, this 20 minutes of mingle is not broadcasted out online. It's only that you have 20 minutes extra in the room to network to your audience on site.
Perfect. There's a question here of whether they can use Mentimeter.
No, as I said in the presentation in the beginning, it's not possible with any visuals. No Mentimeters or PowerPoints or so on. The talk show is purely on-site, an interview style, face-to-face kind of interaction.
Perfect. There's a question from the audience asking if you can share these slides with them.
No, again, it's not possible with any visuals. The slides, it's more required on the online or on-site sessions. But the run, if you're referring to the run sheet, that's only sending to the studio. But a talk show, we don't have any visuals. We would have TV outside for people if the room is getting full, for people to follow it, but it's not possible to have any visuals as slides, PowerPoints, Mentimeters, or so on. That's more a presentation style, so that would be applied on other formats, but for talk show it's not.
I think a follow-up question to that is whether these slides in this presentation will be available to the participants.
These slides, of course. Yes, I can share these ones. Please email me or the World Water Week, and I can share it with you. But everything that's on these slides is also on the CSP, which should be shared in the chat. So all relevant information you would be able to find there.
Perfect. And so we have a question from Michael. He asks, what link do you recommend we promote for people to watch for free? The Tripus.net program or the Vimeo link that was mentioned?
So anyone that will join online, they will need to register themselves, and then when they click on your session in the digital platform Tripus, which my colleagues can also share in the chat, there it will come up a pop-up when they search for your session, and that pop-up would have a little button say join the session or join talk show. And there is where they can join your talk show for free.
Ken needs some clarification on what is the total time we are visible to the online audience.
You are visible 20 minutes that are broadcasting live. And those 20 minutes is where you will have your interview with your host and discuss your proposal.
Perfect. We have a question here from Sarah, who has looked at the run sheet. Part of it asks for PowerPoint slides and background titles. She knows that this visuals is not a possibility, but her question is, will the Vimeo link include an intro slide with a talk show title, etc.?
No, this year it will not. It will be a general intro that would be in all talk shows this year. And that's only for the feasibility for us to upload it quickly and to get the raw materials to you as soon as possible. And again, the run sheet, just forget about the PowerPoint section. That's not relevant for us. That's for the other formats. So I apologize for that confusion.
Thank you. There's an additional question here. They say that if their talk show starts at 2 on the program, does that mean they need to be in the studio at 1:40 for the 20 minutes of prep?
Correct. That's correct. So the preparation time starts 20 minutes before your scheduled time. And next week, I will send out all the relevant information regarding this. The preparation time, your scheduled time when we go live, your session ID, and all more practical information that you will have next week.
Thank you. There's a question from Mary Matthews, who asked, for makeup, should we bring our own or is it provided by Sealy?
I would say bring your own, but we have a makeup artist that's just doing a very shallow kind of powdering. And that's makeup is just for the view for the cameras, because you can get very shiny. So this is just a very easy, quick makeup. So if you do the foundation, we can just do some very easy powder for anyone who wants.
Thank you, Dina. We have another question here. So they need clarification on whether the online questions in the chat, are they expected to be answered within the 20 minutes that they are broadcasting?
Yeah, so this is a bit up to you and how you want to deal with this. Last year, I know it was a few who had an online moderator that was doing it during the talk show. Someone from their team were answering it during the talk show. And you could also maybe copy the name and answer it after this talk show. So this is a little bit up to you how you decide on structure it. But just to clarify, the talk show it's a format more for people that are on site and for people that are in the room.
Right. We need a clarification from Ken. He's asking to clarify again, what exactly is the run sheet?
So I sent out the email, I think it was yesterday or the day before, that you should have received, or anyone in your team should have received. And the run sheet is basically what I need is basically your session ID, the name of your host, title, organization, and your speakers, the same title and organization. And this is just so I can send it to the studio so they can make some small name tags when you start to speak. And I will need it by Friday so I can send it off to the studio and they can start creating your name tags as soon as possible. And if you didn't receive any email regarding the run sheet, please email me and I will send it to you as soon as possible. And again, please forget the part where it is a PowerPoint or any visuals. Yes?
Yes, we're waiting for more questions.
Any other questions that you would like me to clarify? My colleagues will add my emails and all the relevant web page and tripos and so on in the chat. So if it's anything more specific regarding your talk show, I would be happy to help. And yeah, if it's more general questions, please email the World Water Week email. So yeah, if it's no more questions, I think we're good to go. Thank you so much for listening. We look forward to welcome you to World Water Week. And please, if it's any confusion or anything, just email us and we will be happy to help you. Thank you. Bye.